The movie begins with a shot of a luxurious bungalow nestled amidst lush greenery, far from the hustle and bustle of the city. It belongs to Olivia Stone, a renowned and extremely wealthy pianist. Inside, her nurse Tracy is complaining to her boss Ed that she hasn't slept for 3 nights. Tracy has been appointed to care for Olivia, who suffers from vascular dementia, OCD, and COPD. Tracy tells Ed that she's fed up with the job because she's been experiencing strange things in the house. In frustration, Tracy hangs up the call and goes to give Olivia some water. After giving Olivia a cup of water, Tracy goes to her room to rest. Suddenly, someone sneaks into her room from behind and silences Tracy forever. Now, we see another nurse named Dale who receives a call from her boss, Ed, who asks her to go to Olivia Stone's house because the previous nurse, Tracy, has suddenly disappeared, and there is no one to look after Olivia in the mansion. Dale tells her boyfriend that the agency has rehired her, which she desperately needed. However, Dale's boyfriend is not visibly happy about this. Nevertheless, Dale doesn't care and sets off for Olivia's house. A short while later, Dale arrives at Olivia's bungalow. Before she can even knock on the door, a man named Tom suddenly grabs her hand, saying that knocking would disturb Olivia's sleep. He invites her inside and tells her that he has been taking care of Olivia since her husband passed away a few years ago. He then leads her to Olivia's room, where Olivia is on the bed. Dale checks on the life support machine, which is acting up because Tom is standing on the oxygen tube. Meanwhile, Olivia wakes up and, mistaking Dale for Tracy, says that she had been calling her for a long time. Dale tells her that she is her new nurse. Dale, because Tracy has left, and she will be taking care of her from now on. Olivia says that she used to have a puppy named Dale. Whenever she whistled, she would come running to her. Dale brushes it off and dedicates herself to Olivia's service. Dale brings her a mug of water and places it on the table, but Olivia doesn't like it when someone touches her things. Dale apologizes for her mistake. While unloading things from the car outside, Dale comes across a little girl named Penny. Penny asks Dale if Olivia told her that her house is haunted. Dale is a little surprised to hear this. Penny tells her that she saw a ghost in Olivia's house, and that's why Tracy ran away. Just then, Tom arrives and tells Penny to go home, because she is his daughter. Dale takes her belongings and goes to her room in the house, where she finds a camera feed that is constantly monitoring Olivia's movements. The next day, a delivery boy knocks on the door to deliver some groceries at Olivia's house. Olivia tells her that there is some cash in the drawer, so Dale goes into the room and finds the drawer loaded with cash. She answers the door and finds Jacob holding groceries outside. Jacob asks Dale where Tracy is. Dale answers that Tracy is gone, and now she is taking care of Olivia. Olivia asks Dale questions to get to know her better, such as how old she is and whether she's married. Dale says she's 28 years old and not married. It was getting late, so Dale tells Olivia to press the buzzer if she needs anything. While video calling her boyfriend, Dale feels like someone has locked the door. Dale ends the call and goes to check. Olivia wakes up from the sudden noise and tells Dale that her late husband, Albert, might have woken them up because he visits her every night. Dale is surprised to hear this. Olivia tells Dale that Albert is in the hall and is watching them, but Dale can't see anyone. Then Olivia tells her that if Albert bothers her, she should tell him to leave. After this, Olivia falls asleep. As Dale walks towards her room, a cellar door opens by itself. However, Dale closes it and goes to sleep. The next morning, Dale takes Olivia outside in a wheelchair so she can get some fresh air. There they find 2 girls who are smoking. Upon seeing them, Olivia tells Dale that when she was younger, she was told that cigarettes keep you thin. Dale finds Penny with the girls. So Dale tells Olivia that she'll be back in a little while and goes over to the girls, but the smoking girls leave as soon as they see Dale approaching. Penny asks Dale if she saw any ghosts in the bungalow. Dale asks her why she thinks there are ghosts in Olivia's house. Penny says that she herself saw one standing upstairs at the window. Dale says that she thinks she saw Tracy, who used to work for Olivia before her. Penny says she doesn't think so, and with that, she leaves. Dale takes Olivia back home, where they find Tom coming out of their house. Tom says he was knocking, but no one answered, so he went inside to check on them. He asks Dale about Penny. Dale says Penny was at the pier and then went home. At night, Dale takes a shower, unaware that someone has tampered with Olivia's oxygen machine, making it harder for her to breathe. Dale hears a beeping sound and rushes to Olivia's room. She manages to turn on the machine just in time, which someone had turned off, and saves Olivia's life. Olivia tells her that she saw Albert in her dream, and he told her that her time had come, and he had come to take her away. Dale calms her down. Olivia says that Albert was the one who turned off the machine, but Dale reassures her that it was just a nightmare and puts her back to sleep. As Dale walks back to her room, she notices a room locked from outside. She ignores it and goes into her room, taking off her towel, unaware that someone outside is secretly taking pictures of her while she undresses. Later, we see Jacob climbing down from the roof of Olivia's house at night, like a thief, revealing that he was the one who secretly took Dale's nude photos. Dale receives several messages from her boyfriend, Ben, who asks her to call him as soon as she is free. Dale calls Ben and tells him that she needs to prove herself. Ben says the agency is using her because they don't have anyone else. Dale says it's a matter of her career and she has to stay there with Olivia. Ben ends his relationship with Dale and hangs up the call. Dale calls her boss and asks about the schedule. Ed tells her that a new nurse will be replacing her soon. Olivia asks Dale if she has a boyfriend. Dale replies that she's too busy for that. Olivia then asks if she has anyone at all. Dale tells her that she has a sister named Anne who lives in Michigan, but she hasn't seen her since childhood, since their mother died giving birth to her sister. They were sent to separate foster homes. Afterwards, Dale asks Olivia about the locked room upstairs. Olivia says it's her husband Albert's study room. When Albert died, she locked the room. Later, Dale finds Tracy's ID badge under the table, with Tracy's personal details on it. At night, Dale hears footsteps on the roof. She quietly gets out of bed and goes upstairs to check. Upstairs, she sees that Albert's room door is open, but as soon as Dale moves forward, the door mysteriously closes on its own. Dale quietly returns to her room, and seeing Olivia calmly sleeping on the camera feed, she goes to sleep. Dale has barely fallen asleep when Olivia's life support machine starts beeping, waking her up immediately. She grabs a flashlight and rushes to Olivia's room. She sees that the oxygen cylinder is empty, and the power is out. Dale immediately goes to the cellar to start the generator, but there she bumps into Tom, who tells her that the house lights were off, and he knocked on the door but no one answered, so he came to check if everything was all right. He tells Dale that he's going outside to fix the power, and that she should go upstairs and reset the machine. Tom starts the generator and restores power to the house, while Dale puts an oxygen mask on Olivia, which revives her instantly. Dale thanks Tom for arriving on time and helping her. She makes him a cup of coffee. While drinking coffee, Tom tells Dale that when his wife Elaine left him and Penny, he moved here with Penny after that. When Olivia's husband died, she used to stay outside, so he offered to help her in any way he could. After some time, Penny started getting scared of this house and felt that Olivia was possessed by a demon. During their conversation, Tom gets carried away and kisses Dale. However, he immediately apologizes for his mistake and leaves. Dale finds muddy footprints on the stairs, which makes her suspicious. The next day, Detective Burke comes to Olivia's house to inquire about Tracy. Burke asks Dale who she is. Dale tells him that she is Dale Green, Olivia's new nurse, and that she has been taking care of Olivia since Tracy's disappearance. Burke tells her that Tracy's last location was tracked from there. Dale says she has no information about Tracy, but she has Tracy's ID badge, which she found under the table in the house. She lets him in and gives him Tracy's ID, when he is busy with an inquiry about Tracy to Olivia Stone. After that, he leaves. Moments later, Jacob comes to Olivia's to deliver groceries to Dale. Meanwhile, Tom happens to pass by in his car. Jacob calls him a psychopath. Dale asks him why he is calling Tom a psychopath. Jacob reveals that Tom never liked him talking to the last nurse, Tracy, so he fell into a fight with him over this and threatened him never to talk to Tracy or he will kill him. Before leaving, Jacob asks Dale not to mention anything to Tom, whatever he told her. In the bag, Dale finds a jar of peanut butter which she didn't order. She immediately informs Jacob about it. Jacob talks besides the point and tells her that she should be careful with Tom, as he has killed his wife. Dale is shocked by this. When Dale doesn't believe him, he asks her to Google his name and she will learn the truth. He claims that Tom has something to do with Tracy's disappearance. So Dale Googles Tom's name and learns that Tom was charged with being the murderer of his wife. Olivia calls Dale and tells her that she remembers something now. Albert had reminded her that Tom was banging angrily on the front door. However, before Olivia can explain further, she forgets what she was talking about. Dale then reminds her that she was describing how she overheard Tom and Tracy arguing with each other. But Olivia, who is suffering from dementia, cannot remember what she was talking about just moments earlier. Dale is making tea for Olivia when she hears a cell phone ringing in the house. She follows the sound and finds it lying under a table. It is Tracy's cell phone, and Dale is shocked to see that it was Tom who was calling her. She immediately calls Detective Burke and tells him that she has found Tracy's phone in the house. Burke tells her he is about to be over there in a while. Shortly, the tea is ready to serve. She gives the tea to Olivia, who begins acting strangely, telling Dale to get out of her house at once. She adds that Albert told her that Dale let a man die in her care. Dale confesses it and points out that she did everything to save him. Olivia says what excuses she will make if she dies on her watch. Dale reassures her, saying she will not let it happen. However, Olivia stands her ground and forces her to leave her house immediately. Meanwhile, someone knocks on the door, and Dale goes to answer it. Dale opens the door and is shocked to find Tom outside. Tom enters the house. Dale tells him that she found Tracy's phone and asks if that was what he was looking for the other night, when muddy footprints were left on the steps. Tom denies the accusation and suspects that it might have been Jacob. Then, Dale explains that Jacob told her that he attacked him. Tom then reveals that Jacob told her the half-truth, claiming that Jacob was secretly taking pictures of Tracy when she was undressing herself and posting them online, and she is his latest subject. So, I taught him a lesson. Dale says that he was the last person to text Tracy. In response, Tom asks her to hand over Tracy's phone, but Dale refuses and asks him to leave. Tom explains that he has nothing to do with Tracy's disappearance. Dale then accuses him of lying to her about his wife's disappearance and reveals that he actually killed her. Meanwhile, the police arrive. Tom becomes furious, but just in time, Detective Burke pushes open the door and orders Tom to step back. Dale hands Tracy's phone to Burke. The police take Tom into custody and leave. Later, Olivia watches TV and sees a missing person report about Tracy, stating that Tom Collard is being held on suspicion of her murder. While taking care of Olivia, Dale accidentally knocks Olivia's mug onto the floor. Olivia becomes enraged as it was gifted to her by her husband, Albert. Dale collects the broken pieces and leaves, unaware that one piece has been left behind. Ed informs Dale that her replacement will be reaching Olivia's home in a few hours, and her name is Alice. Dale begins preparing to leave the very next morning. Suddenly, she sees Olivia's mug on the table in the camera feed, the same mug that had broken a short while ago. Dale senses something is wrong, so she carefully examines the camera feed and finds that the feed is frozen. Suspecting a glitch, Dale checks the cables, but everything seems fine. She follows the cables upstairs to Albert's room, but unfortunately, the room is locked. So she goes downstairs, gets a tool from the kitchen, and goes back upstairs. But when she gets there, she is surprised to find Albert's room unlocked. She enters the room, and what she sees leaves her stunned because the feed is set on a loop and the live feed wire is disconnected. Dale plugs in the wire and turns on the live feed. Just then, someone slams the door shut from the outside, locking Dale inside the room. Dale immediately calls Ed and tells him that she has found Tracy's killer and warns Ed not to send the new nurse, Alice. Meanwhile, Alice arrives at Olivia's house in a taxi. Dale tells Ed that it wasn't anyone else but Olivia who killed Tracy. Ed says that it wasn't Olivia, but Tom who killed Tracy, because her dead body was recovered from Tom's backyard. Outside, Alice knocks on the door, but the door is already open. Alice goes inside and calls out to Dale, unaware that Dale is locked in an upstairs room. Ed calls to warn her, but Alice doesn't answer the phone and goes straight to Olivia's room, where she finds Olivia lying on the floor. Meanwhile, someone enters the room and stabs Alice to death. Dale climbs out through a rear window and enters the house. She also takes a knife from the kitchen for her own safety. She walks towards Olivia's room fearfully, but then Jacob suddenly appears and Dale, unintentionally, stabs him in the stomach with a knife, severely injuring him. Dale rushes to Olivia's room to get a first aid kit, where Olivia grabs her and tries to stab Dale because she has forgotten who Dale is and thinks Dale wants to kill her. Dale tries to explain to her that this isn't the case. Just then, Olivia's foot slips on a broken piece of a mug and she stumbles and falls onto the table, dying instantly. Meanwhile, Jacob has also died. Dale runs out and trips over Alice's dead body, falling to the ground. She comes outside crying in fear. Detective Burke arrives and takes her to the police station. He suspects her of being the killer responsible for the deaths in the house. Dale defends herself, saying that she hasn't killed anyone. However, Detective Burke doesn't believe her and keeps questioning her about why she killed Olivia, Jacob, Tracy, and Alice. He accuses Dale of trying to seize Olivia's money and massive property. Then he sees a file showing Dale strangling Olivia with her right hand, even though she can't properly use her right hand due to nerve damage. This makes Burke suspicious. During the interrogation, an officer calls Burke outside and tells him that Jacob's death wasn't caused by stabbing by Dale, but by asphyxiation. Burke orders Tom's release. Tom goes straight to Olivia's house, to her room, and retrieves a wig from under the bed. Burke follows him there. He apprehends him and interrogates Tom. Burke asks him why Olivia transferred her $8 million property into his name. Tom tells him that Olivia needed a trusted person to look after her property after her death, because she had no family. Burke reveals that Tom was behind all the murders because he didn't want to wait for Olivia to die naturally, and killed any nurse who came to care for her, so he could get the property sooner. First, he killed Tracy, with whom he had a romantic relationship, and then framed Dale for her murder. Then he killed Alice, who came to care for Olivia. Burke tells Tom that he was the one who switched off Olivia's life support machine while Dale was taking a shower. Jacob saw him doing it, which is why he confronted him on it. Jacob had filmed a video of Tom killing Alice. His conscience kicked in, and he ran to warn Dale, but was accidentally stabbed. In the end, Olivia stumbles and bangs her head, all caught on camera, with poor Dale looking guilty as sin. While Dale was tending to Olivia, Tracy killed Jacob with a heavy dose of chloroform and framed Dale for the murder. Burke reveals that Tom owed money to several dangerous people, which is why he orchestrated the plot to kill Olivia. Burke orders Tom to be handcuffed, but Tom snatches an officer's gun and escapes. He rushes to the pier where he finds a boat. Burke tells him to surrender, but Tom opens fire. Burke returns fire, killing Tom. Ed approaches Dale and offers her a full-time job, but Dale asks for some time and leaves for Michigan to visit her sister Anne. You are watching a recap of the movie The Ruse 2024. Thank you for watching, and enjoy our other videos as well. And don't forget to subscribe to our channel. Have a nice day.